On the Radio is brought to you by Zurich Insurance, the perfect place to catch up with all things Melbourne. If you enjoy this content and want more inside access from the team, make sure you visit the club website.
But speaking of nice form, Melbourne made an outstanding start to their AFLW campaign. Big winners over their rivals, the Western Bulldogs, on the weekend. The D's are hoping for 5,000 AFLW members this year, and they're hoping to break a club record. If you want to get involved, you can become a Melbourne AFLW member at membership.melbournefc.com.au, and you would buy a membership to watch Melbourne's midfield play because they are outstanding, and Tyla Hanks was a huge part of that on the weekend. She joins us here on the Summer Breakfast Club. Tyla, good morning.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
That is a seriously sharp performance that you lot put in on the weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Awesome to start the season that way at round one. But I think that sort of first quarter was what really set it up for us. And, the Dogs really brought it to us for the rest of the game. So, lucky we started really well.
Tyler, you started really well yourself, outstanding. You're obviously winning the Rising Star Award last year. Have you noticed any extra attention you're getting out on the field already?
A little bit here and there. I think, like you mentioned, we have such a strong midfield. So I think most of the attention goes towards Paxi, and rightly so. Once she sort of dropped off with a little bit of an injury the other night, I noticed a little bit more, but nothing major.
That's a good thing, though, I reckon, isn't it? we hang on every word with Daisy Pearce. She's got such an insightful footy brain that we're lucky we can tap into from a media perspective. What's the one thing she's taught you over your journey there at the Melbourne Footy Club that sort of sticks with you right now?
I think the biggest thing she's sort of pushing on the whole group at the moment. She keeps saying be the same person. So no matter what point of the game, whether you're 5 goals up, you've just had 3 goals kicked against you, nothing about your game, your personality, the way you're going about the game should change. So still coming out of your shell, making sure you're taking the game on, playing your role and sort of just being the best you can for the team. I think that's a really big thing, especially for me. I think as soon as things sort of start to go against you or become tough, it's really it's an easy thing to say, I'm going to be the same person. I'm going to crack in more. I really like how she's sort of pushing that for the group at the moment.
Tyler, the thing that I noticed from watching your game on the weekend, probably more so than some of the other games, is the way that you move the footy. Some teams tend to just kick long down the line and kick to pack situations. It seemed to me that you were really looking to use the footy more, short kick, and kind of almost checkerboard your way up the ground. Is that a fair call? Is that something you've put work into over the pre-season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had a lot of games where we've sort of hung in there for the whole time, and we've definitely played that down-the-line footy in the past. But, it just doesn't sort of open up any real scoring opportunities. You're pretty lucky if it does. So I think that's definitely a focus for us, if we can sort of use the open side of the ground or try and use the corridor. The whole purpose is for us to try and get really deep entries inside 50. And then that way, obviously, we're a better chance to kick a goal. But, obviously you saw that probably mainly in the first quarter the other night. But, definitely if it's a handball receive or something just to try and generate, opportunities in the corridor or avoid that sort of down-the-line kick and play if we can.
Tyler, what sort of connection have you had with the men's team, who obviously coming off a historic grand final win? And wouldn't it be nice to go back-to-back in a men's and women's? But have you had a really good connection with that side of, the program as well? Yeah,
we have. It's been really interesting. We've been able to listen to some of the boys talk about their experience and some of the coaches from, the pre-season right through to the grand final. So there's a lot of takeaways that we can sort of get from that group, but obviously it's a little bit challenging with COVID. They're in WA, and at points now we still have to sort of keep our programs separate just for the COVID sort of protocol sort of thing. But, from what we've heard and what we've taken away from their leadership group and their coaching, it's really good for our group, and, hopefully we can do the same.
We've been talking this morning about the opening weekend, that we love the suburban grounds, we love the timing, we think that January is such a great spot for AFLW, but what it does do is mean that you're playing in slightly warmer conditions than what we'd normally be used to with footy. How did you find it on the weekend? It wasn't an overly hot day on Saturday in Melbourne, but it'll test you a bit.
Yeah, we were pretty lucky Saturday night, actually. It was quite a nice night out at Lytton, but some of the tough games in the heat they do make it. I mean, on TV, I think sometimes the fans forget, but it is really challenging. Obviously, a lot more rotations and everything, but it sort of just makes every effort a little bit harder than. But yeah, it is a challenge. But we sort of trained in the pre-season with it, so those games will come.
And taking on Richmond on Friday night, it's a big game. Did you get a glimpse of what they were able to do on the opening night, and how was the coach mixed in here and in assessing how you guys went on the weekend?
Yeah, I watched the game against Richmond versus St Kilda. It was Friday. I thought it was a really good game. I think Richmond really moved the ball well at times and had some really good representation up forward as well. So I think obviously Conti's their big name and she gets a lot of the ball, so she'll be one to keep an eye out for us. But as far as Saturday night, Nick was really happy with our game. He was obviously a lot happier with the first quarter, but as much as we love that quarter, we sort of want to be able to play that style of footy for longer. So I think there's some stuff we'll go through tonight in our review, just to sort of prolong that sort of type of footy. But yeah, overall pretty happy.
Tyla, thanks for joining us. As I say, the Melbourne midfield was a thing of beauty to watch on Saturday night. You carved the Bulldogs up, and you're going to take some beating this year. There's no question about it. We appreciate your time this morning.
No worries. Thanks for having me go.
Tyla Hanks, pick number 6 in the 2018 draft.
Too,
She's a serious player.
She's a star, yeah. They're going to be super hard to beat, aren't they? So, and it would be amazing to have a team that wins an AFL flag, and then a few months later, a team wins an AFLW flag.
Membership.melbournefc.com.au. The D's are hoping to crack 5,000 AFLW members, which is absolutely superb.